Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to go a little bit differently than I thought. I thought we were going to be able to get all of this beautiful scenery back here and make an awesome video out here on the water, except for it's beautiful behind, and then let's turn around and that's not so beautiful. So I think we're going to hop back in the car and probably go head on towards home, because there's a lot of news to go over. This is a very exciting video for me. It's my first with my new camera setup. If you guys are part of my Patreon, you know that already, or if you follow my Twitter, you saw my little teases about it. But yeah, that sky, hold on a minute, let me turn you around. That's the sky right now, so I believe there's a large storm coming in. So I think it would probably be safest for us to go ahead and just go home, probably get out of the road so I don't get run over. Just trying to figure out my new setup and test out the mic, which it's very windy out here right now, so I'm hoping that with the new cattail and mic it's picking up for me, so I can test that out when I get home and see how it goes. But yeah, I was hoping to get some shots of the park and the water, but I'm not interested in staying out in this storm and ruining my new camera, so I'll catch you guys back at the house. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we made the right choice. I literally just got back in the car and this is what we have going on right now. That storm came in so fast, I cannot believe it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and go on home and talk about all the news and all the updates for the channel. I've got some very exciting stuff coming, as well as tomorrow is Raikou Day. I've got a guy in our local group, he's mapped out, I think something like he said 30 raids at least. We may not be able to hit that many, but I'm hoping for at least 20 plus, and that's what tomorrow's video is gonna be. So I'm hoping to get home and just get everything covered and, well, there went some lightning. I'm just hoping to go home and get everything covered and then get ready for tomorrow, so I'll catch you guys back at the house. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm learning right now, so I'm going through and editing the last part of the video, and I realize it looks very grainy and not up to par on quality. I'm learning that lighting is everything. You'll notice the first part of my video, the video quality is beautiful, but then I got sat down at the table and I got it focused in and I thought it looked good, but I should have done a test run and I didn't. You'll see in a minute, so don't hate on me too hard and enjoy the last part of the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it back to the house finally, and the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is complete my research breakthrough, because I've had it for 2 days now and I still haven't completed it. So we're gonna hop right in and claim reward. Dust, 20 Pokeballs, definitely gonna need those for tomorrow. And start encounter. I get Lugia every single time. So while I catch this, we have a lot of stuff to go over, so I'm gonna hop right into it. I feel so fancy right now because I've got my camera set up, I've got my real phone back finally, and now I've got my computer I can actually look at updates on while we talk about this. So the first thing to cover is the 3rd anniversary, which is funny because we're not at the 3rd anniversary yet. I hate Lugia. Wow, I suck at catching Lugia. Well, at least I hit it. Okay. So the first thing is, if you guys haven't heard by now, the release of Shiny Alolan Pokemon. We're going to have all of them now. It's not just Alolan Marowak and Alolan Raichu. It's going to be all of them. We've got Vulpix, Rattata, Sandshrew, Diglett, Meowth, Geodude, Grimer, and Exeggutor. I'll put an infographic somewhere around here. I have to figure out where I'm going to put things now that I have the camera. I don't know how exactly it's going to be. Amaze's HP, that's not great, it's not terrible. Alright, so we're done with that. Claim this so I can get my stamp for the day and shiny check on this real quick. Give me Sparkle. I want the seal so bad. I'll catch that later. Anyways, we can go ahead and cancel that screen recording out now. So the shiny Alolans all look really cool except for Grimer. Shiny Alolan Grimer looks like Grimer. So that's kind of interesting because also Alolan Grimer looks like Shiny Grimer, but it's got some color to it. There's just kind of reverse negatives there. And then the return of Party Hat Pikachu, which is the rarest shiny in the game between Party Hat Pichu and Party Hat Pikachu. Those are the two rarest shinies you can get right now. Sorry if you notice I keep looking here and there. I've got my screen now to look at, but I need to learn to look right into the camera. It's going to be through the Go Snapshot photos. It'll photobomb you, and I actually saw earlier Brandon posted on his Twitter the first shot of what it actually looks like with Pikachu photobombing. That's really cool. And then the new special research, which I need to bring my screen recording back up. I forgot about, they released that today. But first, it'll show for level 10 plus trainers, they're doing new research with helpful rewards. They're doing takedown raid bosses faster and easier. Extra premier balls and trading will cost a quarter less Stardust, which there's charts everywhere for that, but I'll try to find one and put one up here now. The newest research, if we scroll over, I'm not claiming this yet because if I claim this without my fiance, I'm sleeping on the couch behind us over there. I have not looked at any of the leaks that everybody's showing. I turned off my Facebook and Twitter notifications. I haven't even been in my Discord because I don't want to find any of the leaks. I want to find out what it is on my own. Plus, I've got all day tomorrow to do the rating for Shiny Raikou, so while I've got lucky eggs down, just claim the XP. And that 15,000 Stardust just looks so juicy. There's that. And the next update we have is actually going to be Shadow Pokemon. Now that leak, that was an accident. I blame Julian DX1 for that because I was watching his video and he brought it up. But it's in the data mine, Trails found it in the coding that Shadow Pokemon are coming to Pokemon Go. Now, I'm not 100% certain on what exactly Shadow Pokemon are because the game it was on was Gale of Darkness for GameCube, and I did not ever play that. But the current list of available Shadow Pokemon are Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Rattata, Eradicate, Zubat, Golbat, Snorlax, Dratini, Dragonite, Dragonair, and Mudkip, Marshtomp, Swampert, and Crobat. I'm not sure if that's because they're supposed to be specific to the Pokemon that Team Rocket had, but the biggest one, the coolest one, and the main one is Shadow Lugia, which I'll figure out where to put a picture of that up. I think that's the coolest, and you used to, in the game, it said you had to defeat Team Rocket, take the Pokemon from them, and then purify it, which I don't know how they'll do that exactly in Pokemon Go, whether it would be like you make it your buddy and walk with it a certain distance, or so many battles like training, and then it'll eventually purify. But also, wouldn't you want to keep Shadow Pokemon? Like, they're really cool looking, and I know they're evil and you're supposed to purify them, but I kind of think you should keep at least one Shadow Pokemon, which I can get. If I can get Shadow Lugia, I'm keeping Shadow Lugia. But those are the biggest updates going on right now, is the Shiny Alolan Pokemon, Shadow Pokemon coming, and tomorrow is Shiny Raikou Day, which is 4 to 7 your local time, just like they did with the Community Day, which they did announce that Community Day is coming up as well. It's going to be Mudkip, and the time change I'm not really sure I agree with because they keep pushing it later in the day instead of earlier in the day, which I don't know what works best for everybody. But right now, in most of the time zones here and in Europe, I know here in Europe are really bad. The last few days we've had heat advisories, 110 plus degrees, and we're not even supposed to go outside. So I don't know how we're supposed to continue doing these community days when they get later in the hottest part of the day, especially in Europe when the sun doesn't even set until after 10 o'clock. Doing from 4 to 7, that's like doing it at noon here. That's pretty bad, but Niantic has their reasons for doing what they do, and hopefully one day we can get them to have a little bit better idea of what we deal with instead of what they deal with. I'm gonna go try out a bunch of stuff. This is gonna be a really short video today to just throw the updates out there. Also, everyone go throw a happy birthday to Tom Kruse. It's his birthday today. We're hoping him a lot better weather than we got, so his hunt went well. And that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna go hop out of here and make dinner and get ready for Raikou Day tomorrow. The last thing I do want to say is if you guys want to know about the full setup I have now, my new camera setup, how much I got it for and what I'm using and where I got it, my Patreon is where I post stuff like that, my behind the scenes stuff. You can get access to the Patreon only videos for only $1 a month. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do the 5, the 10, the 15, the 25, any of those. Just $1 a month will do, and anything you do does help me. I love you guys. Thank you all for the support to help get me here, and I will catch you guys in the next one.